All right, Phinsnews fans, we're going to take a deep dive into the film. I put together every play, every snap that Tua was involved in, chronologically slowed down so we could take a full look at his game in context so we could start building a little bit more evidence to see what kind of player he's going to be. A lot of judgment came out. He was benched, and then the talk all week was, is Tua a bust or is he not a bust? Is Flores terrible? Is the offensive line garbage? Is the running backs garbage? You know, let's just let the tape talk. First play, run up the middle in the A gap with Ahmed, who shows, he's a good runner. And look at that toughness. Look at that hit. And he keeps on going. 197 pounds. Tough kid, man. I like him. All right, 2nd and 5. We got this situation. We know the deal. They love the play action rollout. It puts Tua in a situation where he's comfortable. It makes his reads easier by cutting the field in half. But I just don't get this throw. Maybe he sees the pass interference and he's trying to draw the attention of the referee to it. That would be the most generous take on it, but you can't trust he's going to throw that flag. And with that defender sitting there, 3 levels of defenders in front of you, and you throw that ball, when Gesicki is, you're 2nd and 5. Gesicki was wide open. Just dump it off to him and make it happen. Look at this. Right here. One more step, and Gesicki is wide open for at least a 3 to 5 yard gain. Just give it to him. I don't know why. That was just terrible. Anyway, luckily the pass interference call erased it. 1st and 10. They go back to the run game, and this is, look, we say the offensive running game stinks, but so far so good. 7-yard gain there, 2nd and 3 on the run. They go back to Ahmed inside, bounces it up, picks about 2. Now you got a 3rd and 1. Nice, puts his head down. Offense just got the first down on the run. And then this is the sweet, sweet play all around. What a pass and what an elite catch. How awesome is Devontae Parker? But there's one thing we have to add. We have to always add context. Now, this is a great pass. There's nothing to fold Tua over, but this is his first read. It's a pre-planned read. So all we're really testing here is the receiver's ability to catch and Tua's ability to throw accurately, which he showed he could do. But the key for Tua is his pre-snap reads and how he reads the defense. All right, we hear Breida. I didn't like this run. I know it's about Tua, but I would just prefer Breida with his speed just to hit that hole right there. Hit it. Instead, he cuts it back, plays it safe. I don't know. He picked up the yards and all, but just being picky. So now, all right, so this is a critical play. Dolphins get the ball back. They're up by 7. They can really stick the knife into Denver. And this is the biggest play, I think, of the game. And it was missed. So immediately, you see the pressure and the bad throw. But the reality is, there really wasn't any pressure. That's a good block. He's on the ground. One of his weaknesses I see as a quarterback that he needs to improve on is his throwing platform and his reset. So he doesn't slide up, but look how Tua resets. And then look at the follow through. He has such a herky-jerky platform. Look, his body's twisting to the left, and he's throwing to the right. And look where that ball goes. This was a must make. And he's lucky that Parker got a hand on it. So now we're in 3rd and 6, which is still somewhat manageable. And this is another big miss by Tua. He doesn't read properly. Now, he's getting pressure. Okay? But he's got to trust his tackles. And they're running a cover 1, and they're running 2 crosses with a pick and a post out. Tua needs to step up, reset, and see his two options. Gesicki is setting the pick. That means Grant is coming across, and with his speed, there's a chance, a pretty good chance, that you can hit him in stride. He's going to get the first. But more than that, you got cover one with Parker doing a post wide open. And look at him. This is going to end up being frustrating. He's waving in the air, and Tua just doesn't see him, and he goes into the scramble. So this is 2 plays that were lost. Now you can look. There really wasn't any pressure. Boom. Right now, Parker's breaking open. No pressure. This is not pressure. You deliver that ball the way the quarterback's protected, you ain't getting hit. Look at this. Deliver the ball, but look at his platform. He's got a very undisciplined platform, which we saw in his first game against the Rams. And now look at this. And he does this thing where he tries to bounce outside. He doesn't have the speed for it. So we go back next drive, and you see I saw some good things and bad things out of this because he understood the situation. He understood they were in cover 4, that the linebacker had leverage on the outside. So really in a cover 4 with these route combinations, you have to attack the edges because the inside is all guarded up with 5 defenders, but 2 on top and 3 inside in the zone. So you have to take the outside matchups. Now you'd want Parker, but that outside linebacker, that kind of makes it a no-go. Problem is he eyeballs Grant all the way through the route. He had to know that's where he's going because that's where that's what the defense told him to go. And he stared at him from the very beginning, but his eyes cannot betray him. And that corner saw that. But even a worse sin is look where the ball's coming, inside. And look at his throw. Look at that windup. This is how he follows through. This poor mechanics is why when he has proper mechanics, it almost always is on point. But his mechanics are so off. This ball goes inside, and it's either broken up or almost intercepted. This ball needs to be out here so he can come back to it and have a chance at it. So simply looking off the secondary, and look at that follow through with the hips. So we go back again now. This is third down. You got third down and 10. And I want you to notice right here. I saw somebody else do this play, and they said everybody was covered, which they were correct, but not correct. Because pre-snap recognition shows that this corner was blitzing. And even if you didn't recognize a pre-snap, you're eyeing it. You see this corner go, that means it's a hot route. The receiver understood it, and he breaks off his route expecting the ball. Tua doesn't cut short his route, his drop in recognition and deliver the ball. He goes all the way back, and the pressure comes. It's dealt with, but now he's out of sorts, and Kinley is losing his block, and that's where the pressure comes. But let's go back over that one more time. Let's go back over that one more time with the understanding of pre-snap and post-snap recognition. He's eyeing the right side of the field. You have doubles, blitzers. That means this zone is unoccupied. This safety has to pick up that zone, but he's 12 yards off the ball. Right here, drop, stop, deliver. Second, now you're going to the third down and 5. Instead, you got a sack. All right, so there's not much to say about this. Third and long, dump off. Move on. Okay, so we go back to the run. And Ahmed shows he's a good back, cut back to the weak side after the zone stretch run, picks up 3. But on the second down play, they go with the draw, which is really saying this kid needs to settle down. Let's hope we can trick the team. Let's hope we can trick the defense and put Tua in a third down and short. Unfortunately, Denver doesn't bite. And now you're in a negative situation with another third and long. Can't blame anybody really on this because Tua is not making simple reads. He's nervous, just like in the Rams game. The game's moving too fast for him. And this is not the end of the world. This is not the end of the world. This is not me saying I hate Tua. It's just the tape. The film is showing it. All right, so you get into this play here. It's another 3rd and long. And you're going to blame the offensive line on the pressure, which you're getting here. But this is the back. Ahmed, I did a video on him. I said how much I love him as a runner, but his blocking stinks. So this is not Tua's fault. This is not the line's fault. His job was to chip to help with the edge rush and then break into your route. And I'll show you the next play how poor a block it was. But this is where Tua does, again, make a bad decision. Instead of just throwing the ground or taking the sack, he lets this thing fly. This could have been another pick. This is a wild throw and a poor decision. Now, I'm going to go back over the blocking here. Jesse Davis will get the blame, but this is not his fault. See, Ahmed knows he's supposed to make the block, and he took the wrong angle. That's why he's stopping so hard to make the hit. If he had taken a tighter angle, just like Kenyon Drake did 2 years ago in Arizona, that guy would have been thinking about it for the rest of the game, and it would have allowed free access for the running back. But instead, Ahmed misses it, gives him a cheesy flip-up block over here, which does nothing. And then now watch Tua. Instead of taking a sack or throwing the ground, he just heaves it. That is very, very, very unacceptable. And he's a rookie again, but you can't let that stuff continue. And so this is building a case that he's not ready for this game. He needs to get pulled. Okay? We'll keep going through it. All right, on this one, again, I've said a lot of negatives, but the one thing I said in my first video of Tua's first start against the Rams, actually in the second video, is he learns. So look, here's the hot, the edge rusher. He sees the hot. Gesicki sees the hot. They dump it off short. This is what he should have done on the previous play, and you pick up some good yardage. Excellent. Now they go back to the run, and Ahmed in the line. Flowers doesn't really do a good job. Flowers is holding here. He's just had a terrible day. But Ahmed does a good job. He's got bad shoulder. And that thing got bashed right there. Good run. Right, so you're back into first down because Ahmed picked up the first. But again, Tua is not reading the situation. And he's just pre-planning who he's going to throw to. Now, he had success with a simple turnaround, a simple comeback, so he goes right back to it again. Problem is, the secondary play was waiting on this. And this is very dangerous, but you can mitigate that danger by throwing it to the outside shoulder so he can reduce the blow and he has a better chance to catch. But instead, Tua throws it inside, puts his receiver in jeopardy, and puts a huge potential for a pick. This was a bad delivery. You can see here how that ball comes way too inside. The ball needs to be about a yard short. It's first down. Pick up the 2 or 3. Let him see if he can break a tackle and make second down more manageable. This is a great catch by Gesicki. So they go back to the run, and there's a missed block. Jackson he didn't really have the angle, and Smythe, who he misses too many blocks. His awareness is not so great, and he makes the most out of it. All right, so despite all this little turbulence, you're in a 3rd and 4, which is extremely manageable and is a good percentage play. You can complete the first down. But again, pre-snap, post-snap, diagnosis, and awareness isn't there. Tua is literally pre-planning who he's going to throw to. Now I'm going to show you what he has. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. He's got 4 defenders in coverage. But you get an edge blitz, which means it's 3-on-3 with a high safety 7 yards off the ball. They're running an in and out, which puts this corner right on the block, puts him right in the focus to cover two guys. All you need is patience. All you need is pre-snap diagnosis. Now, I understand he probably looked at the coverage and said, I'm going to the one-on-one. But it's that post-snap diagnosis that's critical. So his eyes immediately are going to the other side of the play. But look right here. You want to pick up the first down. That's what it's all about. And watch this. Boom. He even has the throwing lane right to the receiver. This would have been the best opportunity for a first down. Instead, he goes to a security blanket. Yes, he's the best receiver on the team. He's the tallest. But look at this coverage. This is very covered. This is lucky it wasn't a pick. This is amazing completion. The corner just lost his mind and didn't see where it is, but that could have been ugly. So they get the first down, luckily, go back to the run. This is a great run. I would say great, but very good. Shows Ahmed he's a player in the NFL. So now you got a first down again. They go to the play action, which, it's his comfort zone. Nice job, completes it. Now you got a manageable second down. They go to the draw. Ahmed does a nice job driving forward. 3rd and 5. Another manageable situation. Now this goes back to pre-snap diagnosis. But I don't know who to put the blame on because I don't know who's making the line calls. Is it Karras or is it Tua? Whoever it was, they made a very poor call. They call a slide left, which means the center goes left, so you have a strong slide protection left. And then you have two guys going to the right. Problem is, you have only two possible threats, a third possible threat. But if he edge blitzes, this is the hot, it's wide open. But you have three guys here. So there's a call for a slide left, the snap of the ball, Karras goes left, and now you have three blitzers on two protectors. And despite the ball getting off, despite the completion, look at this. He has to go Superman. He has to literally make an amazing catch to get the ball, but there was no need for that. Tua or Karras, if they had called slide right, it'd have been one. He's your elite left blocker. His sole job is to take a defender one-on-one. He's got the angle on the inside guy. This makes his block easier. Karras would have slid here, Kinley would have slid here, and Davis would have slid here. It would have been much better protection, and you wouldn't have had Tua cutting off his throw short. He feels the pressure. Look at this. This is not proper mechanics. And the ball, what does it do? It goes awry and makes the play much more difficult. Simple call by somebody would have made it much easier. Now, you can't blame Tua on this, and you can't blame the line on this. This was just a good call. Okay? Nobody's open. But Tua does a good job of staying patient, keeping his eyes open, rolling out and buying enough time. And he nails Grant on a perfect catch. And they pick up the first. All right, so we're on 1st and goal. You're down by 3. An opportunity to take the lead. Big drive. Now, if you want to fault Gailey on this one, I would agree. Because what you're doing here is you're running a play action, which nobody's buying. You're eliminating, through the routes, all other receivers. And basically, this is a one-on-one. Okay? Once he passes this parallel line, right here, these receivers are behind him. He has to throw across his body. So they're out of the play. This is basically him and Smythe, one-on-one. But again, I'm just a little surprised with Tua. All right? So he has to understand this is no longer available. This would be crazy time throw. Too much coverage, throwing it across the grain, against, across your body, against the grain. This is dead. So it's him and Smythe or him and running. All he has is one big lineman in pursuit. It's 1st down. All he needs to do is just take off. Anytime you see a defender and his back is towards you and you're rushing the football, you attack it. he has no chance to get you. Instead, Tua slows down and makes an impossible throw. There's no way because he's too close to the boundary. Why doesn't he just take off? Bad decision. Puts him down in 2nd and 10. Look at this. I mean, at this point, he has to be thinking, I'm faking the pass and running. There's no way this guy can catch you. I just don't get it. He's looking back. What is he going to do? Stop, turn his body, and just sling the football? This is just rookie stuff. The coach is. But if you're just taking off, you're going to pick up 3, 4, maybe more. And you're going to create a threat of the run. Nobody's threatened by his run. No one. So now you're in, again, you're 2nd down, 10. Once again, pre-snap recognition or line calls aren't being done here. Is it Karras or is it Tua? You have 3 to the left, 3 to the right. You have 5 blockers with an extra blocker on the right. The slide should have been left, 3-on-3, should have been right, 3-on-3. This is a screen, but you have to delay the rush enough to get the screen off. Instead, they slide right, you get a free blitzer, and play never goes anywhere. So whoever's making the line calls, there's some bad calls here, okay? Now you're in 3rd and 10. There's going to get pressure. People are going to blame the line. But you're putting these players, this offensive line, in poor positions continually. And even if you're a good line, this is not where you want to be. Now, Tua really has nowhere to go with the football. This is a well-covered play. That's what happens when you're near the goal line in 3rd and 10. You get a lot of dead plays. It's very low percentage success. You can't blame the offensive line. If you watch this in fast motion, he's got 3 or 4 seconds. Maybe he could have dumped it off to Laird, but he did the right thing. He ate the football, which was good. Or maybe even he could have just taken off quicker if he had read the secondary. But whatever he did, he's not sitting and he's constantly moving in the pocket. That means when he finds his receiver, he has to reset and there's all kind of issues. So you can't blame anybody on that one. So our next drive, they open up with a run. And Kinley, with his bad foot, gets destroyed. Breida actually does a good job making what he can out of it. All right, now it's 2nd down and 10. Now, none of us know what control this offense Tua is given. He might just be given a play, and because he's a rookie, he has to run it, and he has limited control. But I want you to take a look at something. Pre-snap. Look at 55. He is flashing an edge rush. This means you're running a pass play. If he is flashing that edge rush, that means you have 2 receivers on 1 corner sitting at 5 and a safety sitting at 9. This is easy hot route call to victimize the defense. You have your best receiver and a speed receiver against 1 corner. You simply call an adjustment route, and this is a wide open play. Instead, he comes up, he's clearly flashing edge pressure. And then you put the receiver in motion. Now you have 1-on-1. You snap the ball when he's directly behind you. You've now eliminated another option for your route. You get the instant pressure inside by Flowers. You're running a play action when you know you're getting edge pressure. That means they're possibly bringing 5 guys, which they do. Overloads the offense. Breida misses the block. And now look, he's over here. Look at all the space that was created. If you had kept 2 by 2 and called an adjustment route, one guy goes inside, draws the corner and the safety, and the other guy's wide open. But there was no adjustment routes. You fall into this, you get a sack. Now you're in 3rd and long. So let's take a look at it pre-snap. Again, we don't know if Tua's got the calls, but this guy's creeping. You have to respect that creep. So now it's 3rd and long. Pressure comes from the edge. Tua does a great job stepping up, throwing the ball, and make what you can out of it. This is where the pressure's really coming on. And I'm going to say it once more. This is Tua's responsibility. He sees he's got four-man rush. Everybody's dropping into zones. His routes right now, he should know this is not good. But on top of that, all the covermen are dropped 5 yards, and you have an outlet receiver, running back, who's just waiting, and then you finally see him deliver the ball, and then he drops it. But that was easy. Look at this. This is an easy, nice play to convert or pick up some good yards. And this was blown by him just not understanding the situation. So you can't blame anybody. Look at this. You got to know. He's looking back right away. He did his job. He looked back. He understood. But it was late. All right, it's 2nd down and 10. 10 points down, and you're creeping close to the 4th quarter. So you figure the rookie's getting a little antsy and want to press. But the reality is, an offense moves through consistency, not big plays. Big plays develop because of consistency. Now, I understand a little bit why he's going to Grant. The safety drops, and he realizes it's cover 1. But this is a low percentage throw when Gesicki is wide open here for an easy 5 or more yard gain, which would put him in the 3rd down and manageable. Instead, he goes deep, and even though the safety was over on the other side, it's still a near double coverage when Gesicki was the easy play for easy yards. And now they're back in 3rd and near unmanageable. 3rd and 10 is a lot, but as we're seeing a lot of rookie blues and maybe some warts and concerns, Tua shows some serious potential. Now, the downside is this is a one-on-one matchup. It's a pre-planned read. It's not him going through his progressions. But still, look at this. Sweet. Stays in the pocket, delivers an excellent ball, and picks up the 1st down. So they go back to the run, and they pick up some good yardage here. And a manageable 2nd down and 6. Picked up pretty decent yards. 4-yard run is a solid play, okay? And I would maybe fault the play call on this. You didn't really need to get tricky. I guess you're getting a little nervous, a little desperate, but it's not terrible. Grant makes a nice little move there and picks up a couple extra yards. So, but you're now just about to enter the 4th quarter. It's 3rd down and 3, and this is a play that needs to be made. So the key is picking up a 1st down here. Where's the 1st down marker? Right here. Look at all the defenders there, way off the line. A timed play here, right here, would have been a completion. It would have been a much higher completion percentage than what Tua decides to go with. One-on-one, but he's not even reading the coverage. He's just heaving it up. And again, he's lucky that he got the pass interference. So now it's another 1st down. It was a bad read, and he got lucky, much like earlier in the game. Now, this is just good defensive play matching up well with the offensive play. There's really nobody open here. Maybe backside up top. If you had been on point, you might have been, but I still didn't like that. But what does Tua do? This is another issue. Look at all the space in front of him. All he needs to do is pick up some yards. Go straight ahead and grab some, but he does this. He does the okie doke, comes backside, and then there's a holding penalty. And yeah, you could kind of fault Jackson on that, but Watch this. I just don't understand his instincts. I think it's because he's nervous. Look, right here. Just turn it straight up. You got a blocker in front of you. Where is he going? He's trying to make a big play. Now, you're in an unmanageable situation. The 1st and 20. And this is the drive that's going to lead to Tua being pulled. And I personally don't think it has anything to do with the hits. Watch this. He's dropping back. Now, there is no pressure. There's no pressure. But look at his platform. He's already running. He's not trusting the blocks. You could say, well, maybe he has no right, but the blocking hasn't been terrible. And if he simply just stepped up, it would put the angle in the favor of the blocker, and it would allow him to deliver the football. Now, he's got 2 options, 3 options, actually. Gesicki's breaking over the middle. This is a difficult ball because you got to get over the head of the receiver over here. But backside, you have a comeback route. If he had stopped and planted, look what's open. Look. Right here at the top of the screen. And he's not seeing the field. Would that have been a tough play to make? Yes. But he's not even acknowledging it. And he's moving for no reason. Look at this. He's already running. He's got to step up. By stepping up, he gives the angle edge to the blocker, and it will buy him that 2nd or 2 he needs. But by running out like this, he puts himself in hot pursuit. There's no way he's going to deliver a ball, and he's not fast enough to get to the edge. It's just an antsy play. So now you're back in 2nd and 10. Okay. Look at all this coverage. It's 2nd and 10. You need yards. You don't need a first down. You need to pick up some yards. Look over here at Malcolm Perry. They're dropping into a mid-zone coverage. They've got 2 receivers pressing in a combo route with an underneath outside route. This is, look, right here, wide open. And where does he throw the football? To a guy who's covered, doesn't lead him, throws him behind. And he's got all the time in the world. He's not reading. He's just not reading. All right, this is the last play that gets to brutalized and then eventually pulled. Now, they're in a 3rd down and 10, which is never a friendly position for the offensive line to block. Everybody knows he's throwing. So they're pinning the ears back and they're attacking. So the Dolphins kind of try to equalize this by keeping 6 men in, including the running back, to be blockers. Now, the Broncos have a 4-man front with 1 linebacker. The linebacker is either going to drop into coverage or attack. So worst case scenario, you have 5 rushers against 6 blockers. Now, the problem here is, watch the slide call. The protection is not rolled to the right. So it leaves the center totally focused on 93. Now, on the right side, they're going to run a stunt. Flowers allows too much inside penetration, which cuts the edge off of Jackson. And as 55 comes back around, he doesn't have the angle. But because the slide was called this way, the protection was set up this way, you have 4 blockers on 2 guys with a wide open center. That's the design of the play. Now, I don't really know how it was called. Karras needs to be more mindful of the center because of a stunt. Because you could even have a delayed blitz by the linebacker. As it is, this is what you got. So the protection set up, however, it was set up that way, if it was called that way, whether Karras made a mistake, this just was a very poor setup. It really starts with Flowers. Flowers needed to cut that penetration off so he could pick up backside. But as a safety net, the inside was left wide open and there was not enough blockers. You know, The chip is over here with the running back. If there's an edge blitz to help the tackle, the guard should have been primarily responsible for the any kind of interior pressure, and Karras should have been there as support and rear protection, but it's not. So Tua gets blasted, and I don't know what the deal is. It was bad protection. It was a bad situation, and I don't know who's calling out these lines, the line protection, the slides. So that's it. But when you go over this game, honestly, fairly, in context of plays in their situation, downs, drives in their situation, you can see that yes, Tua was sacked. He was sacked a lot, but the offensive line was constantly put behind the sticks. Tua was not reading, not taking the easy reads, going for the big play, going deep, and literally, the bottom line is, Rookie Blues had him seeing shadows, seeing ghosts. The game was moving 1,000 miles an hour. And this offense, all the players around him understood this. If Brian Flores didn't pull Tua to put Fitzpatrick in, he would have undercut his primary code, which is best players play, and it's about winning now. It would have invalidated why Fitzpatrick was pulled, and it would have really torn down the locker room. They had to replace him. And this is not a sweeping judgment on Tua. He needs time to develop. He's not ready. But the good news is he has 1 week to fix some of these things. He has 1 week to grow. When we look at his first start to his second start, we saw tons of improvement. Now the book is on him. The book is on how to stop Tua. He's got to beat the book. He's got to beat the tape. So this is a huge game. I wouldn't say that he can or he can't do it. It's just for us to watch. But the reality is the reality. Whether you love Tua or you hate Tua, we're seeing the film reveal the truth. So keep your eyes open. Is he reading? Is he making smart choices? Is he taking what the defense gives him, or is he continually trying to make the big play? And this is a growth pattern. And let's see how it goes. Hope everybody enjoyed the film, had a great Thanksgiving, and I really appreciate all the comments from the last video. I mean, I didn't expect any of that. So some of the main comments were, can you please polish up this turd as far as the editing and the process? So I've done my best. I've tried to polish this turd up, and I hope you guys enjoy. Go Phins.